Some people go to extreme lengths to save a dime on extreme cheapskates, and it's time to share information about 10 of them. Their frugality sometimes seems obsessive, as they'll do anything to avoid overspending. In an effort to tighten their purse strings, they definitely get creative. The money-saving techniques on extreme cheapskates are often viewed as impractical and downright questionable. Whether people are putting their health and safety in danger, or inconveniencing everyone around them with their penny-pinching habits, saving as much money as possible is the main objective. There have been some memorable people on extreme cheapskates over the years, and not necessarily for the best reasons. It's time to take a look at 10 extremely cheap people who appeared on the show. 10. Amy. Extreme Cheapskates, Season 2, Episode 6. Amy was undoubtedly one of the richest people featured on Extreme Cheapskates, and one of the most frugal too. Although she was a bona fide millionaire, that didn't stop Amy from abandoning her cheap ways. She would go to extreme lengths to make sure she kept her cash in her pocket. Whether it meant reusing the same dish sponge to wash her dishes, until it actually fell apart, or refusing to turn her water heater on unless absolutely necessary, she gloried in her cheapness. However, the most extreme budget-friendly hack was the fact that Amy would use cat food in place of tuna to save money. She ate it herself and fed it to her cats. 9. Todd. Extreme Cheapskates, Season 3, Episode 3. Todd didn't see a problem with his money-saving ways on Extreme Cheapskates. After his divorce, he was looking for any way to trim his expenses. His solution was to bathe in, and wash his clothes in, his jacuzzi. The hot tub wasn't used for relaxation. He also used it to heat his food, so he wouldn't use electricity from the microwave to warm up his meals. Most surprising of all were the measures that Todd took to keep his home at peak value. He covered everything in plastic, and closed off most rooms in his house. 8. Lydia. Extreme Cheapskates, Season 3, Episode 8. Extreme Cheapskates star Lydia was an aspiring fashion designer, and she had a unique way of expanding her closet. Instead of paying retail prices, she would scour obituaries, and contact the deceased person's relatives to find out if she could take their clothes. Quite often, this would lead to some awkward encounters. However, she almost always came out on the other side with some unique and one-of-a-kind items. She then featured them on her website. 7. Roy. Extreme Cheapskates, Season 1, Episode 6. On Extreme Cheapskates, Roy was a happily married man who wasn't ashamed to do anything he could to save $1. For example, on his wedding anniversary, he didn't feel the need to go overboard by lavishing his wife with expensive gifts. Instead, he found a way around that by dumpster diving for flowers. He also took leftovers off other patrons' plates at a restaurant, and ate them later at home. As well, he pinched pennies by drying out paper towels. He reused them over and over again. 6. Kate. Extreme Cheapskates, Season 1, Episode 2. The cost of living is high in New York City, but not for Kate, and her frugal lifestyle was showcased on Extreme Cheapskates. She found a way to thrive in the expensive Big Apple by dumpster diving for food. She said that restaurants throw out perfectly good food that's just going to go to waste. This money-saving technique cut her grocery bill drastically. Dumpster diving's also how she furnished her home, to avoid overspending on furniture in her apartment. 5. Angel. Extreme Cheapskates, Season 2, Episode 3. Angel's thrifty habits were concerning on Extreme Cheapskates, because they didn't only involve her, but her unborn baby as well. She was 8 months pregnant, and was preparing for the arrival of the infant. She had plans to breastfeed, but she didn't want to spend the money on an expensive breast pump. Instead, she and her husband would visit junkyards to find the parts necessary to build their own, without spending a penny. She also didn't see an issue with dumpster diving for medications and vitamins, even when such items were past their expiration dates. 4 Kia, Extreme Cheapskates, Season 3, Episode 5. Extreme Cheapskates cast member Kia was a mom who wanted to save money any way that she could. Since her son Alex was getting ready to attend college, she knew his post-secondary education would be a big expense that might negatively impact her finances. However, she attempted to save money in some strange and unusual ways. In order to avoid paying money for dental floss, she would use her hair to floss her teeth. She also didn't want to waste money on gum, so she would take her already chewed gum and place it in the freezer to preserve its flavor. That way, she'd get more uses out of it. 3 Stephanie, Extreme Cheapskates, Season 2, Episode 8. On this particular Extreme Cheapskates episode, via TLC, Stephanie's money-saving techniques were truly unusual. She not only rationed her laundry detergent to spend less, but never used more than one light bulb in the home. She'd just move it from room to room when she needed light. The most extreme money-saving method of all was related to her cooking techniques. Stephanie would continue to use the same boiling water to cook in, time after time, to cut down on her water bill. She'd cook food in her dishwasher while washing dishes, so she wouldn't have to use the stove. 2 Karen Barry, Extreme Cheapskates, Season 3, Episode 2. Karen and Barry were a married couple featured on the TLC show Extreme Cheapskates, and they found a way to avoid high-priced medical bills. From small issues to even more serious ones, they relied on themselves to take care of it all. Rather than paying to see a professional for cavities and tooth pain, they took it upon themselves to do risky dental procedures at home. They trusted each other to pull each other's teeth when needed, and would use common household appliances and tools to complete those tasks. For example, they'd use their vacuum, as well as a barber's tool they purchased from a garage sale. 1 Melody, Extreme Cheapskates, Season 2, Episode 4. Extreme Cheapskates on TLC took things to an entirely different level by featuring Melody and her family. Melody embraced a strange lifestyle to save money, and her tactics were shocking. She had no problem rationalizing her odd penny-pinching ways. Her extreme methods included the entire family sharing the same bath water every day, and using newspaper instead of toilet paper. She also rationed shampoo and body wash, so a bottle could last over 6 months. The family members also hand-washed all of their clothes outside, so they could save on energy costs. Sources: TLC, TLC, TLC.